I think that's one of the best things about our industry is that, we're here to support one another. I'm Josh Pope, golf course superintendent at the Olde Farm in Bristol, Virginia. I did my first internship at Reynolds Plantation at the Oconee Club. The next summer I went to Ridgewood Country Club in New Jersey, and that's really where I realized that I wanted to be on cool season turf. I worked at Oakmont from 2002 through the Open in '07. Then I went to work for Dick Bader at the International, and then teamed up with Brett Bentley at Pikewood National. 2014, I took the superintendent role at the Greenbrier for the Old White. Obviously, we had a big old flood there in 2016. I would have never gotten through it if I didn't have the connections and the relationships that I had developed along the way. I mean, the first person that I called was Chad Mark, because he was at Kirtland and he always dealt with flooding there, and a good friend of mine. And so, he was the very first person I called because I didn't know where to begin. And then construction companies, McDonald and Sons, East Coast Sod. I mean, I had a relationship with all of those people from working at Oakmont, working at Pikewood, and all of those places that they realized that, I needed help, and they helped me out. I think that's one of the best things about our industry is that, we're here to support one another, and it's definitely, it's a prideful factor that you have so many people that will step in when you're in need. It also was a great way for me to learn how to delegate. I had to give up control of a lot of things so that I could focus on project management. So that was another big lesson that's helped me out, for the rest of my career, really. I heard a rumor that this job here at the Old Farm was coming open in 2018, and so I applied. I had just heard a lot about it. Everybody that I talked to said the same thing. It was a special place. The Old Farm is as much aesthetic as it is architectural, and I think I come from that perspective of trying to blend the two together so that it feels like an old farm. We have 2 barns on property that were original to the working farm that it used to be. And when we cut down the hillside on number 7, you can still see the cattle tracks along the hillside in the wintertime. There's a lot of aesthetic value here. So we have 2.5 acres of tees, 4.8 acres of greens, 40 acres of fairways and approaches, bent grass targets on the range. I have a par 3 bent grass golf course as well. So it's probably upwards to 70 acres of all bent grass here in Southwest Virginia. We really have to be on our A game here, especially with the humidity and heat. And then if it rains, I would probably be really, really bored if I didn't have that challenge. So I embrace it. I think about it a lot. I think about it at home. I mean, I lay awake at night looking at radars all the time. Yeah, I think about it pretty much day in and day out. The flood taught me a lot about stress, and to realize that at the end of the day, it's grass. I can get it to grow back, or it's going to be there tomorrow, So I've learned, I might stress about it, but I'm also able to take breathers and go to my happy place, which is the lake around here, and just kind of think about other things. This spring was like the ultimate, am I doing something wrong? Why is this golf course not awake? I'm kind of on an island here, and so, I often wonder, is this what everybody else is seeing? So to be able to talk to people and understand that that's exactly what else is going on, it makes you feel good that you are doing things right, or seemingly doing things right. We're in the hospitality business, whether people like to say that or not. but that's ultimately what we are. I have a membership that the member might only come one time a year. And so this place has to be perfect for whenever that member comes and uses the club that one time a year. And so that drive for perfection is what burns inside me. We have a crew that's been here for a long time. I quit using H2B because that was another added stress for me. So I went through Facebook and Indeed, and I found really, really good kids here locally, which, I don't think some of them have had the best home lives. And so this has given them a sense of direction, a sense of worth, and that I'm really proud about that, because you can see these kids grow and mature to know that they can, actually have a good life, in the future. I kind of feel like these kids are growing up here, and they know that me and my assistants care about them and will help them do anything. So I'm really proud about that, and they're really, really good kids. When you get in that grind and you really need somebody, they realize, that you've had their back. So, I think showing them, being like a role model to them really gives them a sense of pride too, and a sense of worth. Like I said, you can see the growth, and that's rewarding. I've been a part of major championships. I've worked at the highest level clubs. I've done a reconstruction. The affordability that it's given me to meet people and travel around the country, I don't know what more you can ask for.
Do you think about your legacy, and what do you think you want your legacy to be when it is time to retire?
I just want it to be that I did it the right way. I did it the right way. So that's what I'm most proud of.